Hey, Dirk here. In this video, I have a breakdown of a 1 to 5 risk reward Euro US dollar long setup with one of my favorite all-time setups, which is the range setup. So this breakdown is brought to you because I want to see you win. I want to see more people understand price action to be able to take more profitable setups and basically just beat the game, get financial freedom, and make the world a better place, one winning trade at a time. So let's dive straight into this. So as always, first of all, this trade was shared in real time inside my VIP Discord. I think that's a very important thing to be aware of if you are a new viewer of this channel, because it's very easy to always do hindsight analysis when you have the perfect information and you know exactly what's going to happen. But it's completely a different story to be able to call these trades in real time before they happen and then see it play out in that way, because it means that the strategy works and that the person teaching it, me in this case, has an understanding of what the price action is doing, and that is how you can make money. So many of these fake gurus are all doing the stuff in hindsight with the perfect information that doesn't mean anything, that doesn't help you make money. Sure, it can help a little bit for the studying, but other than that, you need to call it in real time to be able to have that understanding. So you can see here the proof in my Discord. 26th of June, I called this. I showed the setup over here, which is the range, and I shared it is a US dollar range, and you can see that's how it played out absolutely perfectly all the way until the end. The full TP hits. You can see it's all here inside my Discord. If you want to join, if you want to learn how all of this works in detail, get access to my trading course and my real-time updates like this in Discord, there will be a link in the description down below. Come check that out. It's 100% risk-free, 60-day money-back guarantee. If you want to learn, it's the best place to be. Okay, so now let's actually dive into the setup over here on the charts and let's explain how it works. If you don't know what the range setup is, I will link to a video down below here explaining how this process works. It's one of my favorite setups. It's the easiest setup to trade because you don't need any crazy indicators. It doesn't matter what time frame. These occur on 1 minute, on 1 hourly, on daily, even on weekly. These setups play out over and over, and it's the most simple concept if you know what to look for. Actually, in fact, if you trade nothing else but range setups, it's possible to be very profitable with that. And that means you don't need to trade every day. You're not going to get a setup like this every day. But even if you get one every week or even one a month at these rates, because you can see this setup is a 1 to 5.6, meaning you're risking 1% to make, let's call it 5%. 1% to make 5%. If you can make 5% a month from one single trade, that's already all that you need to be able to make crazy amounts of money. Because if you can do this consistently, you can just work your way up to get $1 million funded account from Mentfunding. Again, there'll be a link down below. I did a review of them. So you can get, for $10,000, a $1 million funded account evaluation. You pass that first time. If you're making 5% on a $1 million account, that's $50,000. It's insane. You keep 90% of it with the profit share on Mint, $45,000 from one single trade on $1 million funded account. You do that once a month, you have a full-time income and an incredible life and an incredible income just from one trade. Okay, so that is how powerful this setup is. Pay attention to it and basically trade nothing but these setups, and it can already be profitable enough. And they're not going to work every single time. Of course, sometimes you may have misinterpreted the setup, or it simply just doesn't work, but it does have a high hit rate. So when you get stopped, you lose 1. And when you hit the TP, like in this case, it's more than 5%. Usually it's between 3 and 6%. Sometimes you get very crazy RR setups where it's like 7 or 8%. But typically, in my experience, it's between 3 and 5%, which means that every now and then, it's okay to get stopped out. You lose 1%, but the times you hit, you're making 3, 4, 5%, 6% on that trade. So how it works, we have the trend, which is the uptrend. After a high, we look for the reaction down to the low. This creates the range. So we have the range high over here. We have the range low over there. And what this setup is, very simply, is we're waiting for a sweep of liquidity, either the high or the low. So we don't know at this point, where is it going to go? Is it going to sweep the high or sweep the low? If it swept the high first and dropped back below, then it would be a short trade targeting the bottom of the range. But in this case, we got the sweep over here and we got back into the range, which allows us to take the setup here at the range low and then put a stop at the sweep low, targeting the high. And that is exactly how it played out. Very, very simple. Now, sometimes the trickery is when you misinterpret the setup or you're a little bit too early. So sometimes you get a minimal sweep, like you'll get a little sweep and then a deeper sweep and then higher. And if you enter after the little sweep, then you might still get wicked out on the deeper one. So that's basically the only times you really get stopped out on these types of setups. In general, once you get the proper sweep and the reclaim, like in this case, yes, we did dip back to range low, and even here we dip back a little bit into the drawdown area, but because the stop is at the low and because the setup dictates that if it has to play out properly, the price is not going to get back below the sweep, well, then you're very comfortable in knowing, okay, you put your 1% risk over here and that's it, and you let it play out. And either you lose 1% on the trade or you hit TP and you make 3, 4, 5, 6% on that trade. And of course, you can risk 0.5%, you can risk 0.1%, whatever you want, but the ratio remains the same, 1 to 5, 1 to 6 risk reward. And like I said, if you can do this consistently, you stick only to these trades, and maybe it's only 1 or 2 or 3 trades a month, but that's fine. If you're getting 5%, if you're doing that, even on a 200K account, 5% is already $10,000 a month. On a $1 million account, it's $50,000 from one single trade. That is absolutely insane. So that is this trade breakdown. Like I showed you, I called it in real time before it happened. It played out perfectly. This is all you need to know. If you trade these kinds of setups and be patient enough for it, absolutely fantastic. I hope you enjoyed the breakdown. Subscribe to my channel. Smash the like button. Leave any questions or comments down below. And if you want to join me in VIP, the link will be in the description. Come and join us. Come and check it out so you can get access to the Discord, my education, my VIP calls in real time. All of that is there, risk-free, 60-day money-back guarantee. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.